lots, blankets to the hardest hit areas of Mississippi.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From Mason City to your hometown, we've got the information you need. Turn us on at home, work, and in the car. AM 1300 KGLO.
8:32 here at your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO. Streaming live online at KGLOAM.com. And Jeff Nicholas over at the Surf Ballroom is moving around because that venue is busy not only through the rest of the weekend, it is busy this morning too, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, it sure is. And I can't decide whether I was hoping maybe to be out amongst the activity and the noise and the enthusiasm, but I decided to come in here and sit in a little more quiet environment so we can talk. We flood the ballroom a couple of times. We have a couple of kid shows this morning, and this is really one of our favorite place or times during the weekend, because that's really what our mission here is at the Surf Ballroom, is to continue the legacy and the music and the times of those guys that played here in the 1950s.
And yeah, to get the kids educated about that era of music, and they seem to latch onto it and everything that goes around. And did the kids dress up when they come over there too?
Yeah, absolutely. They dress up, and I got a picture of my granddaughter from her mom this morning, and she's in a poodle skirt, and this is what it's all about. You know, this is what we feel very strongly at the Surf and in Clear Lake and all of North Iowa that we have a how should I say, feel very not empowered, but very significant time in music history when the music did die for a brief moment. And we've taken it upon ourselves to be one of many people and many venues and many organizations that will continue the legacy of this music. The beauty of it is it's so pure and so simple. You know, Buddy Holly, basically most of his music were just 3 chords and simple strumming of the guitar, a couple of amplifiers, a couple of microphones, very, very simple, but it's pure and easy to copy and easy to remember. And you hardly ever hear this music in a group where you don't look over and somebody's tapping their toes, because it's just good music.
Well, the one thing with this year's edition of the Winter Dance Party festivities is you've got a new building to showcase to everybody right next door too. Yeah,
we really do, and we're very, very, very excited. And we've already had a few out-of-towners come through the new Music Experience Center, and they're kind of blown away by what they see, and we think it's a pretty special presentation for a community this size. And of course, there's so many people that have been involved in it, and we want to thank the city of Clear Lake, the state of Iowa, Cerro Gordo County. So many people came together to put this building and this entertainment presentation together.
Maybe for those who haven't had a chance to either get in there or don't know about the MEC, you kind of just a quick description of what people will experience when they go in there.
Right. Well, it's a combination of things. When we first decided that we needed a new museum and more museum space and display spaces, we started talking to folks, and the first thing everybody said is, you know, there's this emerging technology that seems to be catching fire around the country and around the world, so that to have a traditional museum is kind of yesterday's news. So we have a balance of traditional display, static articles on the walls. We have lots of guitars. We have lots of photographs. We have lots of videos. We have Lawrence Welk's accordion. We just have so many different things that people will be interested in. But the crown jewel is the actual museum space, where you come in and it's a kind of a surround sound and a surround video. It's an immersive space, and so there'll be videos and projections on the floor and on the walls, and it's just a multi-sensory situation, and so you got the music, and you got your heart beating fast, and you got the goosebumps running, and so we just tell the story, the musical story of the Surf Ballroom, and wind it together with the big bands and the country westerns, and then of course that fateful night that the guys played here at the original Winter Dance Party. So it's just an amazing experience, and people from all over the country have already toured through it, and we're getting great reviews.
Well, we talked about the kids coming today and, experiencing that. Talk about the adults. The people keep coming to this event. People want to keep coming to this event, and it's not just from throughout the nation. I know there's always been an international delegation of people who come here, and it's just maybe just talk about, what you hear from those folks on why they want to keep coming back.
Well, excuse me, it's interesting because I had a group yesterday that came, and one of them had some real health problems last summer, and wasn't sure he was going to make it. And he said, this was the biggest thing I was worried that I was going to miss if I couldn't come. And they're all over us, thanking us. Well, thank you for keeping the surf alive, and thank you for keeping this particular event alive. But we really are so grateful and appreciative of them, because we have what we have here in Clear Lake, and we think it's pretty special. But it really doesn't mean anything till people from around the country come, and they're really the ones. They think that we inspire them, but we think that they inspire us. And so if we put on these events and nobody came, then all of a sudden we just got a building of bricks and mortar, and there's it's not that special. It's not that different than anywhere else. But it's just the history that we have here, that event, and so many people remember where they were. You and I don't, because we're not old enough. But that's of course the goal, is to continue it on in younger generation. But so many people remember where they were when they heard the news. And Buddy and Richie and the Bopper influenced so many artists like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Bruce Springsteen, and just anybody, that was a big time artist back in the day, and even in the current times. And so it's just really a part of American music.
Talk about, obviously, booking the talent for, the big nights on Friday night and Saturday night. Still able to, get some, marquee names from music into play in this event.
Well, we do, and that continues to be an increasing challenge. But artists want to play here. I mean, artists not only want to play at the Surf, but they want to be a part of this event. And so we still have a nice group of artists. And what this event is it's a celebration of the life and the times of the music of the guys, but it's also kind of a recreation and a tribute to their music. So, for instance, Saturday night we have Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. We don't have ZZ Top, but we have Billy Gibbons. He goes out and tours himself, and he's a real music historian. And we've had them as ZZ Top a couple of times at the Surf, but this time he's coming as the Billy Gibbons Trio. And so he wants to be here and pay tribute to the guys. He's very into the history of music and all these things. He's got an incredible guitar collection. We're anxious to talk to him about his guitar collection. And so it's a lot of work. I'll give Shane Cooney, our entertainment director, kudos, because he'll start in about 2 weeks and start conceptualizing what he wants to do for next year. And then we start beating the bushes. And we always have a number of artists that say, hey, I want to come if it fits, if it works, if I can make it, put it into my schedule. So we always have a number of artists kind of in the pocket that we work into the lineup also.
Well, and I know, some of the past years, it's just been a Thursday, Friday, Saturday type event, but this year got things going on today, and we can hear those kids in the background, which I love. Coming in the ballroom today, you've got some things going on tonight, and going all the way through till next Monday as well.
Yeah, we are, and we're really taking advantage of the new Music Experience Center. In addition to the museum and the lesson rooms, we give lots of music lessons. Anybody wants to take guitar lessons, piano lessons, voice lessons, flute lessons, drum lessons, we give those here at the Surf. But it also has a nice like a ballroom upstairs. And so we have got several different authors that have written different books, and we have Don Larson, who is a Buddy Holly historian who has a program on, the last tour and has slides and information about all the stops that they went on ahead of time. And so that the other thing is that really our special day is February 2nd that they played here, and then February 3rd. So we decided to stretch the weekend out a little bit, and we're going to have some ribbon cuttings here. We've had the museum open. We've had a soft opening, and we have been open, but we're going to have some ribbon cuttings with some of the different artists and do some things like that. And then we have John Mueller on Monday night, who, if you want to see what the winter dance party was like that night, you need to come Monday night, because John is the closest thing in visual and audio that you'll ever get to seeing or hearing Buddy Holly on the earth today. And he has Ray Anthony does Richie, and then Elwin Sasser does the Big Bopper, and they come out and they're dressed in costume and they're in character, and it's just like the show in 1959. So if you can't come for the whole weekend, you're not interested in that, get your tickets for Monday night, because that is going to be the actual recreation of the Winter Dance Party, the original one, and it's on the same night as it was originally. And
getting tickets, that was going to be my next question. If people want to get tickets to any of the events singularly, or I don't know what is left on buying something for the whole weekend, but give us those details and how they can do that.
Well, the easiest way of doing it is getting on surfballroom.com and on our webpage, and all the information, all the activities that we have, all the schedules and the bios of the artists are there. And then you can kind of pick and choose. And we've gone to individual night sales. So if you see somebody you particularly want to see, if you want to see Jerry Lee Lewis's sister, Linda Gale Lewis, who plays the piano just like her brother did, you can get tickets to that show. And so there's just an incredible amount of entertainment going on all weekend, and we'd love to have everybody come out and enjoy it.
Anything else you want to add before we let you go, Jeff?
No, but we're just so excited to welcome the world to Clear Lake, Iowa, and the Surf Ballroom, and it's an inspiration to us each year that people come from around the country and around the world, and we're ready to rave on.
All right. Jeff, thanks a lot for joining us today, and we look forward to another great Winter Dance Party weekend in Clear Lake.
Boy, we sure do, Bob. We appreciate your support.
You bet. Jeff Nicholas with the Surf Ballroom and Museum in Clear Lake, and of course you can go to surfballroom.com and find out all the information about the Winter Dance Party. 8:45 here at KGLO.